Yo, what's up guys, AFC Adino here and welcome to a new video. We are continuing with the Medicham Mian Future Side team. Just like in the other video, I wasn't recording my microphone when I was recording it with my buddy. So I'm just doing a voiceover because it would be a waste to not use this footage because we were recording, I used a bunch of time on this, and yeah, like we had some fun games with this team as well, and I think it's a pretty cool team to use as well if you want to click some buttons with Medicham and Mian Xiao. So yeah, we're gonna continue. The team is on my website, guys. If you want to check it out, the details, the poke paste, you can sign up for free on my website, and basically all my teams are on my website, guys. You can easily filter for multiple teams, and yeah, don't forget to like this video, subscribe as well. And let's hop right into the first game. I'm just gonna continue where we left off. So we face this interesting Infernape Starmie MAMOSWINE team. It's definitely tough, and a lot of the MAMOSWINEs are Smackdown. It's the first thing I'm looking at when using something like a Bronzong, because Garchomp could be the rocker, and if Garchomp is the rocker, MAMOSWINE will very likely have Smackdown. Something we gotta keep in mind. It's a lot of unhealthy mind games against the MAMOSWINE, but it is what it is. Against these kind of teams, I usually lead off with my Medicham, with my Mian Xiao. Keep mixing these two up, guys, and I will still do it. I will legit still do it. But we lead off with the Mian Xiao, and he leads off with the Garchomp, and I just went for the fake out, see if this is Rocky Helmet, see if this is defensive. If it's not defensive, we're gonna do some decent damage, but this is definitely defensive and bulky as well. Most likely Impish only doing 14, but he's leftovers, which is a bit annoying because he's recovering a bit of HP. I decided to just U-turn onto this, get some extra chip, and we decided to go into Bronzong because he's probably got his own rocks this way, and yeah, it's really annoying. I would rather face Rocky Helmet Chomp than leftovers, because leftovers in a long game can heal a lot of HP. I decided to just go for rocks here. If he goes into Starmie, we get to see what kind of Starmie this is, but he should be afraid of me having Toxic too, so we decided to go straight into Infernape. Infernape is one of the scariest mons to switch in because it has such a big move pool. It can be Bandit, it can be Specs, it can be Life Orb, it can be Nasty Plot. It can be scary. I decided to go Tentacruel here anyway, and he ends up going for Flare Blitz, doing 50. And I wasn't sure if this was Bandit, so I had to Calc here, because Tentacruel is not that beefy on the physical side. But when we Calced here, I found out that this was Choice Bandit. And essentially, whenever he clicks this move, he gets a kill. And the scary part is Infernape is faster than Mian Xiao, meaning that whenever he brings in Infernape, he's gonna get a kill with Flare Blitz. So here I had to decide what am I going to let die here. I figured Gliscor could still live a hit later, and I need Medicham to revenge kill this. Because look at his team. I did get up rocks, so close combat is definitely scary for him. I was debating whether to sack Mian Xiao, but again, look at his team. Close combat is so freaking dangerous. And I had to figure, I only need Rapid Spin for Zapdos. The other guys don't really care, but Bronzong needs to be there for MAMOSWINE, so I decided to just let Tentacruel die. He's definitely gonna kill me if his first one did 50, and Mian Xiao can definitely do a lot because it's also faster than his MAMOSWINE, and it can Stone Edge Zapdos. It's faster than Zapdos too, so I figured that we should probably just keep the Mian Xiao for offensive pressure and try to win this game using offensive plays rather than relying on rapid spinning. And even if I rapid spin, it's not like Garchomp won't be able to get up rocks again, so I decided to just let my Tentacruel go. And this allows me to bring in my own Medicham to hit close combat here. And if Zapdos comes in, Zapdos might get 2-hit KO'd. I don't want to click Psycho Cut here because he also has a Scizor, he has a Starmie. Close combat just does a bit more damage to those, and essentially it should net me a kill right here. He decides to go into his Chomp though. I think Chomp dies. I think Chomp dies, doing 65 to the guy. So he gives me Chomp, I guess because he already got up rocks and he still has Mamoswine as a ground type versus my Zapdos. So it makes sense that he lets that go. But now he goes Scizor. And I was really like, damn, I really want to click close combat here. But if I lose Medicham, I might lose to Infernape. So I had to switch out here. But here's the thing, if he U-turns, he gets in Mamoswine versus my Zapdos. So I decided to go Gliscor to activate my Orb as well. And if he starts SDing, then I can at least chip him to knock him out with Zapdos. But he does U-turn, and it only does 15.9, which means he is not Choice Banded, which can be scary in the end game too. But now Mamoswine comes in, and his Garchomp has rocks, so we knew there was a possibility of this having Smackdown as well. But I protect anyway because I need some HP on this to maybe survive a Flare Blitz from that Infernape later. So we just protected, and he went for Icicle Spear. So from here, I decided to... There was no other play than bringing in my Bronzong because I can Earthquake this for a bit of chip. But like I said, I might need this Gliscor, especially with that Scizor having... Oh, I actually went for the Earthquake. I figured. Because I had a free Bronzong. That was the thing we were debating. I had a free Bronzong. So I thought he might expect me to go Bronzong, which sucks. At the very least, I'm able to go Mienshao now and get my return kill with close combat, which is the good thing of keeping it. And then now I have to fully rely on my Medicham. And he gives me Scizor, which is really nice because I don't know what the Scizor was going to do to me, but getting off that close combat on Scizor is really helpful. And like I said, I really have to rely on Medicham killing that Infernape. Mienshao can kill that Memo, so that would be fine. His Zapdos, I have Stone Edge. So it really depends on what my opponent is going to do here. He went into the Zapdos, and here we were like, am I hitting this? Because I win if we hit this. And we went for it, we missed. And since we are at -1, he knocks me out with Volt Switch, which is really unfortunate because I won! I would have won this game right here if we hit that Stone Edge. This really sucks. And now I have to fully rely on my Medicham to win this. And it's tough because if his Infernape comes in on Bronzong or Zapdos, I just lose a Mon and I'm already Pokemon behind. Like, this Zapdos should have been dead right here. And I should have still have my Medicham with Fake Out against that team. Which is really annoying because now I have to play out of my mind. It's almost impossible winning this game. He decided to go into the Mamoswine here. And I figured, let's go Bronzong here. And at this point, I think I just wanted to Heavy Slam here. And this is the real... I Future Sighted first. Okay, I Future Sighted first as he smacks me down. And here we were like, okay, is he going to Earthquake here? But I went into my Zapdos here in the end. Because we were like, okay, he's not really predicting this game. He didn't do it last time. So I am kinda in a position where we have to call this 50-50. I really hate these 50-50s, by the way. But we had to make the right call here. At the very least, my Medicham will be able to pick up a few kills later. And I think I still decided to go Zapdos here on the Earthquake. It was a really tough call. Like, a really tough call. I hate these kind of mind games, but it ended up working out for us. And from here, I figured, okay, we just have to hit Hurricane here. We deserve to hit Hurricane. I can go into Bronzong as well, but if he uses Smackdown, I'm gonna be in the same position. Future Sight is not killing this guy. So I decided to go for Hurricane. I hit. He didn't Ice Shard, so I still have a healthy Zapdos here, which is really nice. And then he can probably bring in the Infernape. Click Flare Blitz here. Mess me up. There's no way I'm leaving a Bandit one. But from here, I decided to just sack my Bronzong. Because Bronzong is going to be useless into his Zapdos. I don't have Toxic on it. And against his Starmie. Because it depends. It depends, right? His Starmie might not be able to knock out my Zapdos if he's not Life Orb. And then Medicham can still get off like 50-60% of the guy. And I need to revenge kill this. Like, it would have been really nice to have my Medicham. My Mienshao here. Because of Fake Out. And me being fat. And his Zapdos would have been dead as well. But I decided to just go Bronzong here. Let it go. He does click Flare Blitz into me. So I'm forced to go Medicham here. And it really depends on what he does here. Because I cannot one-hit KO a I cannot one-hit KO Starmie with Medicham. Because I don't have Thunder Punch, for example. Which is something I'm debating to run on Medicham. But I just went for the attack here. He went into Zapdos. I wanted to lock myself into Psycho Cut here. Because I thought I would do more damage to Zapdos. But I'm only doing 38. Which is fine because it's going to be a 2-hit KO. And with Zapdos now dying to rocks. It's pretty nice as well. He decides to let Zapdos go. And now Starmie probably coming in. And it really depends on what kind of Starmie we're facing here. Because if he's Life Orb, I basically have to hope that my Zapdos lives. Will probably not live anything if he's Life Orb. But maybe get off 2 Life Orb hits and then try to crit him with my Medicham. I think that's the best course of action. To deal with this. Like I said, if I had my Mienshao here, that would have been so freaking nice. First of all, he wouldn't be able to sack his Zapdos in that position. So either Infernape or Starmie would be dead and I would be able to Fake Out. But those kind of things happen. So I decided to just go Zap here. And he went for a Rapid Spin. And I was like, what? What are you spinning for? Because his Infernape is going to die anyway. So I figured I might as well just try to Roost there. Because if I'm full HP, I might live Flare Blitz from Infernape. But he could be Stone Edge, so in hindsight, I should have gone for Volt Switch. But since he Rapid Spin, he's actually faster than Medicham as well. So I really need to consider this carefully. So I decided to go for Toxic, and he decided to go for Toxic, and he misses, and I get off the Roost. And from here, I figured I can just click Toxic now, because if he goes Infernape, he's gonna get 2-hit KO'd by the poison, and I can just sack my Medicham as well, because he already shows that this is a bulky Starmie, defensive Starmie, meaning that my Zapdos will 1v1 this easily. This ended up being the best case of Starmie to face. I don't know why he didn't bring it earlier, because he could have easily brought it in against my Medicham earlier. But now, I figured I can just spam Hurricane. I just need him in range of my Volt Switch. And I do connect the Hurricane. Yeah, and from this position, there's not much he can do. Because it's basically done so. If he was Life Orb Starmie, I would have probably lost the game there. But because he's bulky Starmie, Zapdos easily deals with this. And I'm glad that I kept Zapdos for this game as well. But yeah, now I just get off my Volt Switch. Doesn't matter what he does here. It's going to do too much. for him. And then my Medicham will knock out the Infernape because I'm Choice Scarf. We know he's Choice Banded. So this game should be in the back. Like, even if he sacks Infernape now, it doesn't matter because my Medicham will kill this guy from this amount of HP. And I don't think this is a Bolt. Well, this can actually be Bolt Star me, because I hit him on the special side. But it can also be Bulky Timid. Really depends on what his other team are. But yeah, he's in such a tough position, and I thought that maybe he just left the game because he probably knows that my Medicham is scarfed. I don't think it's confirmed that I was scarfed because he always switched out when I attacked with Infernape, unless his Zapdos was faster than me. But I'm pretty sure that was a Bolt Zapdos because of my Psycho Cut damage on Medicham. But yeah, I will just pause the video till he makes the move. Yeah, my opponent ended up leaving the game after that. So yeah, we were able to win. It would have been much smoother if we did hit that Stone Edge, because having that Mienshao in that end game, especially against, if it was a Bolt Star me, I would have been able to get off some U-turns against the Life Orb U-turns. Scald would definitely not kill my Mienshao. The worst case is if he burns me, but Zapdos would be chilling against that guy anyway. But yeah, that was the first game of this video. We're just gonna pause the video and we'll look for the next battle. Okay, we have the next battle going in. Looking like another it's more of a bulky offense team. There's an Amoonguss for defensive pivots, I guess. But again, in these kind of games, Mienshao does usually lead pretty well. It's faster than both Garchomp and Hydreigon. Slower than Starmie. And my opponent on a 9-game win streak leads up with Shiny Scizor. Ken was like, oh, that's Shiny Scizor are so freaking cool. I do like the red color a bit more, but I just faked him out from here, seeing if he has leftovers or anything. We didn't see leftovers, so could be a lot of things. I was like, should I just close commit him here or U-turn here? But I don't want to die to Banded Bullet Punch because it can actually knock out Mienshao. Don't want to lose that for no reason. He could obviously U-turn from here too, but I would really like to keep my Mienshao because he has a Hydreigon. I can U-turn freely against that Hydreigon. Life from U-turn is definitely going to hurt him. So definitely want to keep that. Don't want to risk my Mienshao. So it's a choice between, do I go Zapdos? He gets a MAMOSWINE for free though. But I have my Bronzong, and I can basically figure out if his MAMOSWINE has Stealth Rock or not. And maybe running a Scarf. But he U-turns and he reveals the Choice Band by doing 32 to me. You get a bit of leftovers, and MAMOSWINE does indeed come in. So I have to go into my Bronzong, and it's a trend, guys. It's really a trend. I decided to go Bronzong here because it's gonna happen again. They go for Smackdown. It makes sense versus Zapdos because it's also super effective against Zapdos. But from here, it was such a tough position because it's always a coin flip right here. Is he going to click Earthquake? Is he going to click Icicles, Crash, Spear? And he did go for Crash on my Bronzong. Like, there's no right or wrong answer in this situation. It's just literally a coin flip. However, I decided to go into Mienshao because I know my way of breaking his team. I decided to U-turn here because Amoonguss most likely coming in, right? Get off my U-turn. 24. We don't see the helmet, so I'm not sure what item he's running. We're gonna go Gliscor on this, and this is my way of breaking his team. However, I decided to go for Earthquake first in case he thought I would set up hazards here, in case he goes Starmie, right? Anticipating my hazards. And we do see Starmie coming in. And we're only doing 34, so this is definitely a Bolt Starmie. Meaning that I can actually use this later. I don't want to do it now, because we don't know if he has Ice Beam. So we went straight into Mienshao here, because there's no way he's going to click Toxic on me. He goes for Scald. Obviously, there's a chance that he would burn me. But I need offensive pressure now that I'm a Pokemon down. And he doesn't burn me, which is great, because now I get that U-turn off. and he goes back into Among Us. And because he gave me that information on Starmie, now I can start doing shit by going into my... I cannot go for Psycho Cut yet because he does have Hydreigon and Scizor, so I have to go back into Gliscor. But now that he's showed me that Starmie is that set, I can actually start Swords Dancing now. Because Starmie cannot knock me out with Scald. And he actually went into Hydreigon, which means I will at least be able to get off a Facade on this. If this is Specs, he will 2-hit KO me, but getting that damage off is really nice. And if he Dragon Pulses, I do have a Bronzong. He decides to go for Stealth Rock, so this is his Stealth Rocker. So that there might be a possibility that his Guard Jump is Scarfed, so we gotta keep that in mind. But he Dragon Pulses me here. I get a clean Facade off here. And yeah, Hydreigon gone, his Stealth Rocker gone. I still have my Rapid Spinner alive. Like, it's not like I'm not able to Rapid Spin against his team. And yeah, we are looking pretty decent here. He actually went into Starmie instead of Mamoswine here, which means I can at least get off a Protect. And like I said, I don't think he's going to have Ice Beam, considering he has Mamoswine plus Among Us to deal with a lot of the dragons. So I figured I might as well go for it, because he clicked Scald on me last time as well instead of Ice Beam when I was full HP. And I was really looking, I was making sure I was scrolling up, seeing how much the Earthquake did to the Starmie, and I saw 34, which means it's definitely defensive. So I Earthquake, I am indeed faster. I barely knock it out, but he scalds me, and as you guys can see, it doesn't kill me. But now that Hydreigon is gone, there's no Earthquake switch on his side. So I'm basically able to click Earthquake again. And his Starmie now being really low. And this was my way of breaking his team. And knowing that his Scizor is banded, I need to keep either HP on my Gliscor, or I need to keep my Bronzong around to take those bullet punches. But the annoying thing is that my Bronzong doesn't really touch the Scizor. So ideally I heal my Gliscor a bit more. But he went into Among Us doing 44. And I was checking how much Foul Play would do. So I Protect first, just to scout if he has Foul Play. And he did indeed reveal it, so now I actually had to Calc. But I was pretty sure that Foul Play wouldn't kill me, because Gliscor has like no attack. I know I'm Swords Dance up, but I think Foul Play would only do like 20, maybe 15, 20. So it would do like 30, 35% to me. So I was Skulking that, and once I saw that it barely does any damage to me, I decided to just Earthquake again and really put the pressure there with my Gliscor against this team. I still need to heal my Gliscor though, but I went for Earthquake now. As he actually went for Giga Drain over going for Foul Play, meaning that now I just click Earthquake again and Protect on the next turn. Because Protecting now is really bad, because he can switch out. But if I Earthquake here, he cannot switch. And I basically get 2 kills with Gliscor. And we got Starmie really low. So Gliscor really putting in the work in this game. And now Mamoswine does end up coming in. Since I'm +2, he will most likely not play around here. So I went for the Protect here. And like I said, I still have a Rapid Spin in my Tentacruel. But I figured I might as well go into my Bronzong here. If he clicks Smackdown, so be it. But I think Bronzong here is the safest play over going into my Tentacruel. Well, Tentacruel, I could technically still do it, because there's no way he clicks Earthquake in this situation, considering that I have Gliscor in at +2 and my Bronzong has Levitate, right? So Tentacruel might not have been a bad play. I'm not sure. I don't remember if I did it here, because I don't need my Tentacruel to wall anything else. But on the other hand, Tentacruel might be nice in checking his Scizor. But if he does end up getting a kill, then my Medicham goes crazy as well this game. So it really depends. Because I can also go off the route of keeping Tentacruel healthy, because his Scizor is banded, then getting off a few Scalds. But I did end up going into Tentacruel, just because of the low chance of him clicking Earthquake here when I have a Bronzong, because if he clicks Smackdown, it's fine. He went for Ice Shard, which is really good for me. Did I just spin here or did I just scald? Scalding here is not bad either, because Stealth Rock is not bad versus me, but I do need to keep the HP on my Gliscor later. Because he also has that Garchomp, so I did go for the Rapid Spin here just because his Stealth Rocker died. I don't even know if Scald would have 2-hit killed the guy, but I just go for Toxic here, assuming he's just going to go for the Recover. And what I could have done here actually was just spam Scald, but I was a bit greedy. And that was a bit of my mistake. I should have just spam Scald. I was saying that I can just spam Scald, but I wanted to Rapid Spin first to get the speed in case to outspeed his Garchomp, because then I can Ice Beam him. But he went into Scizor. I did get a bit of chip on Scizor, and now I decided to go for Scald as he goes back into Starmie. Trying to get the burn on Starmie, which was actually a really nice play on his part. I ended up not burning him, which is pretty cool. At the very least, I'm getting HP back on my Tentacruel. And from here, I decided to just click Toxic again. But he actually ended up having the Psychic move on this Psyshock, which is doing a lot because I don't have any defensive bulk. So now I definitely need my Gliscor to be healthy against this team. However, I figured I might as well just Scald here. In case he does switch, trying to remove the poison. And if he doesn't, I at least get a bit of chip. He does Psyshock into me. I didn't have a good switch in either, because if I do go Bronzong, he can just try to Scald Burnfish, or just go into Scizor. But we did get Starmie low, which now allows me to get in Mienshao and basically get myself back to full HP. And we just U-turn here because we know we're faster. Gliscor already outsped him, so there's no need to worry about him being timid. I actually went straight for close combat, which makes sense because he's poisoned. And he went into Garchomp doing 84, which is really nice. And here I felt like I still had a lot of offensive pressure against this MAMOSWINE now, to the point where maybe I can just go into Bronzong here, keep my Gliscor a bit healthy, and whenever Scizor comes in, because our Bronzong should be able to soak up any hit from this guy, and if he isn't Scarfed, then I can deal with this later. He actually ended up being Aqua Tail, which was fine, if he's Scarfed at least, because if he's Bandit, I have both Medicham and Mienshao outspeeding him. But I doubled here into my Mienshao, which ended up working out. And I decided it's a tough choice. I can close combat him here easily, right? Like his play honestly should be to Bullet Punch me, because he can always pivot into Starmie if I go Bronzong, right? That's why I decided to make the switch here. Because if I close combat here, there's a chance that Scizor dies. So, in his best play would have been to Bullet Punch here. But he did end up going for the U-turn. And Starmie did come in. So I figured I might as well go into my into my Mienshao again. And he went for Scald again. Gladly he doesn't burn us, and we can get off that U-turn. Kinda had to make that play. And he decides to stay in, so Starmie is gone now, which is really nice. My long-term goal was to heal my Gliscor anyway, which I'm able to do now by going Gliscor here directly. Now we know his Garchomp has Aqua Tail, but it really depends on whether the Garchomp is Choice Banded or Choice Scarfed, and I can still find it out with my Bronzong. However, he went into the MAMOSWINE, and we just click Protect here, making sure we get the HP. Because we might be in an endgame situation where we need Gliscor to be full HP to take on the Scizor. Now, we might as well just go Bronzong, and if he kills us now, it doesn't really matter, because he has no close combat switch in. He does go for Smackdown. And I don't know if I did make that cheeky play going Gliscor here. Because I just wanted to have some fun in this situation. The better play would be to stay in with the Bronzong, but I still went into the Gliscor anyway. Just to assert dominance, and it ended up working out. So now we had our Gliscor back to full HP, meaning that we can actually switch in as well versus the Scizor. But I just go back into Bronzong here, as he this time went for Crash. And this is where Gyro Ball would have been better. This is the moment where well, I did have Gyro Ball actually. Never mind. He goes into Scizor now, which is fine. Getting a bit of chip. Every bit of chip is going to matter against this, because I might need to kill this with a few Earthquakes later. And right here, now that my Gliscor is healthy like this, I probably decide to get up rocks. Because if he clicks U-turn, I can also get off an attack. Like I can Gyro Ball again, for example. Because if he clicks U-turn, I get the attack off on the next Pokemon, which might have been good as well. But I went for rocks anyway, because the prime target for me was Scizor. But another play could have definitely been to Gyro Ball, because if he locks himself into close combat and knocks me out, I get Medicham or something in for free, right? And basically get my kill. So maybe Gyro Balling was better, but I wanted to make sure Scizor was gone, because Scizor is the threat. However, from this position, I just let go of my Bronzong. He ended up clicking Aqua Tail again. Doesn't really matter, because I literally go Medicham on the next turn. I would literally go Medicham on the next turn. And basically claim my kill like that. But it ended up working out for us. But in hindsight, maybe Gyro Balling there was better, because we knew this was Bandit. If he locked himself into another move aside from U-turn or Bullet Punch, like I said, I get my free attack into him with my Medicham. Actually, I would attack with my Mian Shao there. But he went for U-turn again, and MAMOSWINE comes in, and yeah, I have my own Medicham, I have my own Mian Shao. I went Medi first in case he crits me with Ice Shard. And yeah, with a close combat, there's nothing he can do in this scenario aside from clicking Ice Shard, which he does. And I get off my close combat, which is beautiful. And like I said, Gliscor should be able to knock it out with two Earthquakes. And we know he's Choice Bandit. So basically what I did here is just stay in with Medicham. It's always going to die. And I went Mian Shao first. Just in case he gets 2 crits with Bullet Punch. I can fake him out first. Because he cannot, if he was any other set, I would probably do the same thing here. Because he cannot roost on close combat. He cannot Swords Dance on close combat. So he Bullet Punches me, because here he could technically die to an Earthquake crit. So I just went for Gliscor and just click Earthquake. He Bullet Punches me. And just to be safe, I decided to protect here. I said I'll protect here just in case he crits me, and Ken was like, nah man. And look what's happening here. I literally predicted this, guys. I was looking into the future. Like, I'm not running Future Sight for nothing, guys. He crits me with Bullet Punch there. I don't think that crit mattered. Even without the protect, but he could have been a high roll crit or something. You never know. But we won that game. And you know the funny thing there, guys. Okay, so we have the next game coming up here. And yeah, we're looking into another Jellicent. Jellicent is definitely not something we want to face. But it really depends on what kind of Jellicent, of course. He has 2 water types though. And there's a Gliscor hiding there behind the Gyarados. Other than that, Zapdos is looking really good once that Gliscor actually dies. But yeah, we really have to decide how we are going to approach this. Mian Shao could again be a lead. I don't necessarily think it's the best lead, but we're not sure if this is an offensive team, because it can also be just a bulky offense team. I still decided to lead Mian Shao, because worst case scenario, I just get off a U-turn and he leads off with the Gliscor. And it's really like people don't respect us having knockoff, I decided to go Bronzong immediately. But at this point I figured, okay. He went for rocks and his Toxic Orb activates, and I was like, okay, people are not respecting knockoff anymore. I went for rocks and he showed taunt, and then I was looking at his team and I was like, oh fuck, this is just a horrible start, guys, horrible start. But this is just like an offensive team with hazard lead like this. So I decided to line up a future side here. Since it's taunt dual hazards, it can only have one attacking move. I decided to HP Isis just for some chip later. And he went for spikes again, so we get some good chip here. 49, really doing very little though, but it's still really nice chip to have regardless. And my taunt words off, and here we were like, what are the odds of him clicking taunt again? Because I can kill him with future sight plus HP Ice. So I was like, let's try rocks here. My future sight will go up regardless, and there's no real way of him touching me. So I decided to stealth rock. And he does end up switching here into a Scizor, so we get up rocks here. And Scizor can definitely be annoying if he starts SDing. Scizor can definitely be annoying if he starts SDing. But I still went for the future side anyway, because we don't see leftovers. Meaning that I can still chip him with Tentacruel, I can still chip him with Gliscor, with Zapdos. Have some fake outs, but he hard swaps back into the Starmie, maybe trying to get off a Rapid Spin. And I just went for the Gyro Ball, but he went for Surf. And he was Life Orb, so I decided my rocks are going to stay up. So I get the Gyro Ball off, which is some pretty good damage here. And because we know Rapid Spin won't out damage my leftovers, I think I just went for Stealth Rock. Just spam rocks at this point. But I should have just gone for Gyro Ball there, knowing that it comes off. But I was afraid that if I Gyro Ball there, he would die and I wouldn't keep up rocks. Because I knew my future side would go off. That's why I didn't go for the Gyro Ball. Because I don't want to kill him and not have rocks up. But now I have rocks up, which is really nice. And from this position, I can just go into my Mian Shao, click Fake Out. Doesn't matter if he goes into Jellicent, because Starmie is going to die to rocks, and I still have my Spinner alive, which is pretty nice. And from this position, I just freaking knew, because his Gliscor set is Taunt, Earthquake, Spikes, so he might not have a move that touches me here. Because if he doesn't have Earthquake, I can easily use Tentacruel to spin against this, because I can Toxic to Jellicent, right? So we do see another Spikes laid down, and from here I decided to just attack whatever, because he's probably just gonna taunt me, and I'm gonna try to kill him here with Hurricane. Because if he dies, I get to spam Volt Switch. But you know me, I barely miss out on the Hurricane kill. And from here, I just spam Hurricane, because I'm slowly getting leftovers. Unless he has Toxic or Ice Fang, he doesn't really threaten me. So if he switches out, something will get hit hard by this Hurricane. And if he stays in, if I miss and he stays in, I just get leftovers recovery for free. If his last move is Earthquake, which it can definitely be, you know. He does switch out here, Sexy Starmie, which makes sense. And now I almost have a full HP Zapdos here, which is really nice. Because my Tentacruel can spin against his whole team as well. So we just have to position ourselves correctly. Jellicent takes Stealth Rock damage, so he's going to do a little bit less damage if he's a Water Spout. So from here, I decided to just get off my damage here. Because if he is Choice Scarfed, that's actually going to be easier to deal with this. It's going to be easier for my Tentacruel to spin as well. But if he's Choice Scarf, I should definitely live Water Spout here. Yeah, he does 44.2. And now he's even going to do less damage. And then I can just go into my Tentacruel. And my Tentacruel is faster than this whole team. with him being locked into Water Spout, I figured I can try to Rapid Spin here. But he just locks himself into Water Spout, and he does a bit more damage than my Black Sludge. But I figured I can keep trying. I'll just keep trying in case he does switch versus me. He just wants to keep up the hazards. But Jellicent being this low makes it much easier. Because if I don't Rapid Spin on his switch, he can technically go back into Jellicent, and we can be low enough to the point where I die to extreme speed from Lucario. So I just kept doing this, and now I saw 8. So I figured I just need a bit of chip on this, but Struggle might do more damage than his Water Spout at this point. I still wanted to keep trying here, but at a certain point I did go for Toxic here, because from this position nothing on his team should be able to kill me. I went for Toxic here, just so that his Water Spouts do less damage, and I don't want to take Struggle damage, because I think Struggle is going to do a bit more than this, and I do need to preserve the HP, so to Rapid Spin on anything else. And having Tentacruel in against him is really good anyway. But now I just kept spamming Rapid Spin, because the Toxic is lowering his Water Spout damage here. Never give him the opportunity to switch here. And now I will also heal off his Water Spout, which is pretty nice too. So we're just going to keep doing this. He's only doing 3, so we're basically getting the HP back that we lost initially. I was hoping that he wouldn't die on this turn. Unfortunately, he did, because I would have gotten more leftovers recovery. But it's still, regardless, it's still good. He went into the Gyarados, and now I was actually able to go for a Rapid Spin here first. And then I can Toxic him. However, we didn't see leftovers on him, so there was the possibility of him having Lumberry here. So I decided to just go for Ice Beam and basically beat him with Fake Outs from Mienshao. So I decided to just Ice Beam here. I have 3 Pokemon to sec. All I need is Gliscor versus the last remaining mons. So I just went for Beam. In case he uses Lumberry, I do a clean 20. And he misses Power Whip, which is really nice, because now I can essentially just knock him out with 1 or 2 Fake Outs. So this is really helpful. He Power Whips again. That's the thing with Power Whip as well. But he ends up being Life Orb. So then the miss doesn't really matter anyway, because Fake Out was going to do it anyway. I would only need 1 Fake Out at that point. But I misclicked. I was so mad, guys. I was so mad. I meant to go Medicham, right? I'm even saying it now. I meant to go Mienshao here and use Fake Out, but I went into Medicham, and I was so freaking annoyed, because who wouldn't click Fake Out here, right? It's really me messing up the 2. I always mix up these 2. So whenever I need to go Mienshao, I go Medicham. You guys saw it in the other other game with Shift 3 as well. And I said it while recording. I made this mistake multiple times, going Medicham, thinking I have Mienshao in, because now I basically lose him on. And it would be really nice to have Medicham in the back, right here, because it's full HP, you know. It might live a priority Bullet Punch, it might live a priority Extreme Speed, all those kind of things in case something does happen with Gliscor. Worst case, I can use it as a sacrificial pawn, but now for no reason I have to let something die, which really sucks. Because I meant to go Mienshao. I was like, I can still win this game, but this is really annoying. So I just have to let this go, and his last move was Aqua Tail, which he could have missed too. Really annoying. So now we go Mienshao. I basically threw away my Medicham like that. But the good thing here is that with Mienshao in, Lucario cannot set up. And I believe we knew Scizor was choice banned from his first U-turn. His first U-turn on my Zapdos or something. No, he didn't U-turn on my Zapdos. But I believe the Scissor was banded. Don't even remember anymore. But yeah, I have my guy in. He decides to go into his Scissor. And from this position, I decided to just click close combat. And if he's the only way he knocks me out is if he's choice banded. He does knock me out, so that means he's choice banded on this indeed. He was Steel Gem. And because he showed the Steel Gem, I knew, okay, I can just go into my Gliscor Sword Stance, knock this out. Because his Gliscor doesn't touch me. And if I'm over half HP, which I will be after Poison Heal, because he has no life or anything, so unless he crits me, but I will be over half HP. His Lucario cannot knock me out with extreme speed, even if he crits me. So we're chilling, we get the Poison Heal recovery, and we know we are faster than Lucario. That's why I was able to make this play. Would have still been nice to have that Scarf Medi in the back, you know. It is what it is, but we knocked this out. He doesn't click extreme speed, hoping that he would be faster than me. And now I wanted to troll around a bit and switch between Zapdos and Gliscor, because he probably doesn't have a move that touches me. He probably doesn't have a move that touches me, so I wanted to switch out, but he just forfeits, and we won this game. Like, it happened so many times. I want to go Mienshao and then Medicham. I switch in Medicham, because thinking that I brought in Mienshao. But yeah, I will pause it again and we'll be right back. Okay, guys, it's gonna be the last game, and it was an annoying one as well, because look, guys, there's actually a Snorlax, which is pretty cool that someone uses it, but it's a Trick Room team and it has a Dusclops, which is not fun to see when we are using Medicham plus Mienshao, which don't really touch the Dusclops. So unless we get past that mon, we won't be really to progress, because look at it, his other members, there are no fighting resistance on the team. But I decided to start this game off with my Zapdos. He leads off with the Garchomp, and I figured this is most likely his Stealth Rocker looking at his team. On a Trick Room team like this, I don't think Torkoal is going to be the Rocker. If anything, it's probably going to be like a Choice Spec set. So I decided to click Toxic on his Garchomp. I think Torkoal is most likely Choice Specs, Eruption set or something under Trick Room. So me getting the Toxic off on this can be really helpful. And later on, this Garchomp is one of the beefiest mons on his team too. And it's also the one that's stopping me from spamming Volt Switch with my Zapdos. So I would really like to hit this thing with the Toxic. But if he's Choice Banded, he has to click Stone Edge to knock me out here. Yeah, he does go for a Rocks. He's also faster than me on a Trick Room team, so he's running speed on this guy. And I did get the Toxic off, and from this position, I am pretty comfortable going for Hurricane here. Just because he has no resistance to it, and he actually went into Torkoal. But this is a 50% chance, which I get. I know the accuracy is reduced, but it's still a 50% chance, and that Torkoal took a lot of damage. Now I'm basically able to knock him out with the Volt Switch, which is really gonna be helpful. And he's decided to switch into Snorlax, which is great, because now I can go to one of my fighters. I don't think going Medicham here is good, because I take Stealth Rock damage. So if I go Mienshao, I can regenerate the Stealth Rock damage, and this will most likely force in the Dusclops. So I'm never clicking close combat here, and we can just U-turn and see how we're gonna deal with the Dusclops. Dusclops does end up coming in here, and he actually shows Frisk instead of Pressure. So this is not gonna be one of those annoying mean look Pressure stall sets, meaning that I can take my time in beating this. I think Gliscor can do it pretty well, considering that he cannot burn me. I don't think I ever died to an Ice Punch or something. So, because the offensive stats of Dusclops are non-existent, he doesn't really do that much damage. So Gliscor should be able to take this on, and I decided to just go for Sword Stance, try to beat this down. Because look at his team, he has no ground immunity on his team. So if I start boosting up, I can do a lot of damage. He decides to go for Curse, which is a bit annoying, of course, because it's going to slowly chip down my Gliscor. But I am +2 here, and I'm just going to click Earthquake. Basically trying to punish him for clicking Trick Room. He does go for Trick Room here, and it could be annoying if he has if he has Pain Split. But I will be stalling Trick Room turns if he stays in, which is going to be helpful for me too. So I'm just going to spam Earthquake from this position, and he does have Pain Split. But from that amount of HP, I should still be able to knock him out there. Because I did about the same when I hit my first Earthquake. And I did get it off. But yeah, the curse is still active, of course. So Gliscor is going to be extremely low here. The Trick Room is still up now, which is definitely annoying. He decides to go Conkeldurr under Trick Room. I can still use Gliscor to protect the Trick Room turn later on, so I decided to go into Bronzong. Because here's the thing. I will actually move first on the next turn, because Bronzong is definitely slower than Conkeldurr. And he does go for close combat, but the Flame Orb wasn't activated, so I take it a bit better. Here I decided to go for Future Sight, but in hindsight I should have just gone for Rocks. I just felt like his team wasn't that weak to Rocks, but that chip is gonna matter later on, as you guys will see. And this Future Sight is not gonna do much, because essentially now I am bringing in my Mienshao. There's still one more Trick Room turn left, so I have to fake out here. I could have close combated here if I really wanted to, but fake out is a bit safer, and my Future Sight will still go off. He decides to go Chomp here, and this Garchomp can still be Scarfed. Like, he hasn't done any damage yet. So from this position, it's better to switch out. The Trick Room is also gone, and I want to pause there, because you guys can see that I didn't meant to click there. I meant to click on Pokemon, but for the people who've seen my recent stream, they know there's something wrong with my mouse. I haven't had much time to buy a new mouse for my PC yet, so I'm still having this issue that sometimes my mouse double clicks. And as you guys can see, when it happens, I was actually questioning, what did I click? What did I click? And watch this. I switch in Medicham. There is no way that someone would ever switch in a Medicham in this situation, man. Because I meant to sec Gliscor, because I wasn't sure if the Garchomp was potentially Scarfed, because he could have still been Scarfed, which really sucks. Because Medicham could have done a lot, because his Dusclops is gone. Look at my close combats, look at his team ride. So I accidentally switch in my Medicham and I die for it. And here's the thing. This could still be Adamant Choice Scarf. So this doesn't give me anything. If it's Adamant Choice Scarf, I think it's a roll. But he can still knock me out from here after Rocks. I meant to sec my Gliscor. And from there, I can basically see what he does. And if he's Scarfed, then my Mienshao from full HP lives anything. I can basically go from there, stuff my fake out. If he isn't Scarfed, my Mienshao outspeeds him, and then I never have to worry about this thing. And having Medicham in the bag later on is really going to be important versus that Conkeldurr. But having him die like this when I have a 1 HP Gliscor after Rocks is really bad for me. So this actually put me so far back. Like, I was really annoyed because I really didn't meant to click that. But it's really my mouse doing the thing. I do get the Future Sight off on this, so he does get chipped down. And this is where the Rocks come in as well. So we still don't have that information. I'm just gonna play like he's Choice Scarf now. There's a high possibility of him being banded, but I don't want him knocking out my Mienshao accidentally. So I decided to Volt Switch there. And we do get it on the Snorlax. And this allows me at least to get a return kill with close combat here from my Mienshao. In his position, I would probably sec the Torkoal, just because Torkoal is low HP and I have a Tentacruel which kind of walls it too. While Snorlax can maybe do something later on the Trick Room. But at the very least, I will be getting a kill here, and he doesn't have Trick Room up. And we do knock this out, which is pretty nice. And he decided to bring in the Garchomp again. He's either bluffing the Scarf because it's his only play, because Torkoal dies. or he is actually Scarf. So now I decide to sack my Gliscor, and he does go for the Dragon Claw here. And it just really sucks, man. It just really sucks. Having this poison on him as well, but also not going for the rocks earlier, because that Future Sight ended up not doing anything for me. Well, the Future Sight hit this Garchomp. I guess that's fair. It did hit this Garchomp, getting it low, but now I'm just faking out here, because if he goes Porygon, I fake out into close combat, and he decides to go Torkoal, which is fine too, because I can just get my close combat kill. And it's really dependent on how I use this Mienshao, whether we win this game. Because at this point, I can still not risk his Garchomp being Scarf. Like I said, he can still be Adamant Scarf. Like, you never know. A bunch of people do it, like going for the attack nature with a Choice Scarf. But we do knock him out, and he's probably bringing in back the Garchomp. And the biggest threat I'm looking at is Conkeldurr, especially on the Trick Room. So I either need my Zapdos fill, or I need him outside of Trick Room. Here, I actually decided to sack my Tentacruel, because we have to look at his remaining mons, right? If I have Zapdos, I can still Hurricane his Conkeldurr, and my Zapdos can beat Porygon 1v1 with Toxic. And in the end, if he's able to get up a Trick Room, I can still use Fake Out with my Mienshao. To stall out the Trick Room turn, and also to get some chip on Conkeldurr in case I need it. So I figured if I sack Tentacruel here, if he Dragon Claws, my Tentacruel should live. Unless he's Bandit, right? Because if he's Choice Scarf, then he has to hit me with 2. Meaning that he will take the poison damage, and he gets the kill on me, but he crits me. So now I still don't know if he's Choice Scarf or Choice Bandit. Like, he's most likely Bandit, looking at it, and he's bluffing it, but I can still not be certain. But yeah, now we bring in the Mienshao. We have to fake out here. Because if he goes Porygon, then I think after fake out damage, I will knock him out. But yeah, if I had rocks up, then this Garchomp would also not be able to do all of that. But like I said, I did get the Future Sight damage on him. But the rocks damage was mostly for this Porygon, because from full HP, if he's like a relaxed nature, I cannot knock it out with close combat. And if he Trick Rooms up, I lose. So I was skulking in, and I probably did something like 78, 85% or something with close combat. And if I don't knock it out, any Trick Rooms, it's just over. So I decided to go for a different route and U-turn into Zapdos. He did get a special attack boost, but with Zapdos I can stall out his Trick Room turns. And if I'm full HP, Facade is going to be a roll from the Conkeldurr. And he can also not knock me out with Thunder Punch from full, so Ice Punch from full, so he has to have Stone Edge or something to knock me out, which could be a stretch. So that's why I decided to U-turn into Zapdos, because he should be Trick Rooming here, and try to win with Conkeldurr. So I get that chip, and hopefully that chip is gonna help me later to knock it out with close combat if I need to. But I decided to just go Zap anyway. And he does end up Trick Rooming, and here I decided to just go for Roost. At the very least, if he stays in, stall out all his Trick Room turns. He does Ice Beam me, and he does a bit below half. He does that much damage because he did get the special attack boost earlier. But Zapdos should still be able to take us. As long as I don't get frozen, we should be fine. And we basically have to count all the Trick Room turns. And I was thinking about what would be the best course of action. If I get the Volt Switch damage off, I can knock this out with close combat. And Conkeldurr, I can do a lot of damage to him with close combat as well. And if I'm full HP, he cannot knock me out with Mach Punch. But if I have Zapdos at full HP, I can also use Hurricane, but that forces me to hit Hurricane, which might be difficult as well. And I also have to hope that I don't get crit, frozen, or whatever. So my course of action was, or my plan rather was, doing it with the Mienshao. That's gonna take the least amount of RNG. Because the more turns I take, the higher the chances that I get unlucky with something. So I just kept roosting, and basically 2 turns before the Trick Room ends is where I wanted to Volt Switch. So basically on the last turn of Trick Room, I want to have my Mienshao in and then use Fake Out on that turn. So I decide to Volt Switch here, and it does put me in Stealth Rock range, but this Volt Switch damage allows me to knock out the Sporagon with Close Combat, which is pretty good for us. And I can essentially now just go directly into my Mienshao with the Volt Switch on a free switch. And this is the last turn of Trick Room, so I Fake Out here. If he goes Conkeldurr, I get the necessary chip, and he decides to stay in, which is cool because now I definitely knock him out with Close Combat and the Trick Room ends. And yeah, this allows me just to click Close Combat here. And right here, it would be really nice to have that Medicham that just died for free because my mouse was working against me. So basically what I do here is I switch out to Zapdos, because I was calculating how much HP he would be at, because Conkeldurr is gonna take 2 burn turns, right? 2 burn ticks from his burn status, and he's gonna take my Fake Out damage. He used Close Combat. If my Zapdos was actually living rocks, then he probably wouldn't have used Stealth Rock, Close Combat, because he would lower his defense. But there, it's fine. Now I have to go into Mienshao, click Fake Out, and I calculated that he would be around 60, 65, 70%. And he's at 73 here, but with the burn, he's at 67, and now I click Close Combat. And the calculation, because I did calc it before, I did get a crit here, but it was an 81% chance to knock him out from that amount of HP if he was max HP. An 81.3% chance, which I would rather take than trying to not get frozen on many turns, because I could have technically Toxic Stalled the Porygon, but then I would still need to hope that the Conkeldurr doesn't kill me. Plus, Porygon could still get the damage off on me before it dies. And if he just gets a bit of damage off and Conkeldurr is under Trick Room, my Zapdos dies and then my Mienshao dies as well. So I rather wanted to go for this approach, which ended up working. And we knocked it out. But really, I really didn't meant to bring in my Medicham, and I was really annoyed when it happened. Because Medicham, like I said, could have done so much in that game, and I had a 1 HP Gliscor. But I kept my 1 HP Gliscor alive just because of a misclick. It is what it is, though. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a bit of a long one, but some fun battles, I think. Some fun battles, a pretty fun team. If you guys are interested in this team or want to build something like this, or for a reference, then you can check it out on my website. I have a PokePaste on my website. You can sign up for free and check it out there. Don't forget to like this video as well, subscribe to the channel, and yeah, leave a comment down below if you have any questions. Join our Discord server. That's gonna be it for me, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see you next time. Peace out, guys.